Hello children, I'm Mrs. Nisha, your biology teacher. How are you all? I hope all of you are well and safe at home. Always pray for the world to recover fast from the pandemic COVID-19. Let us move to the second part of first chapter, crop production and management. First topic, preparation of soil. It includes agricultural implements. Why does preparation of soil is the first step before growing a crop? The reason is, if the soil is solidified, it is difficult for the plant root to go deep into the soil. So, the most important task in agriculture is to turn the soil and loosen it. It helps the root to penetrate deep into the soil, and it also helps the root to breathe easily even when they go deep into the soil. The loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworms and microbes present in the soil. These organisms are called farmers' friends because further they turn and loosen the soil and add humus to it. You already learned humus is the dead and decayed remains of plants and animals. And the soil contains minerals, water, air, and some living organisms. In addition, dead plants and animals get decomposed by soil organisms. In this way, various nutrients held in the dead organisms are released back into the soil. These nutrients are again absorbed by plants. The turned and loosened soil brings the nutrient-rich soil to the top so that the plants can use these nutrients. So, turning and loosening of the soil is very important for cultivation of crops. The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or ploughing. This is done by a plough. Plough are made of wood or iron. If the soil is very dry, it may need watering before ploughing. The ploughed field may have big pieces of soil called crumbs. It is necessary to break these crumbs with a plank. The field is leveled for sowing as well as irrigation purpose. The leveling of the soil is done with the help of a leveler. Sometimes manure is also added before tilling because this helps the proper mixing of manure with the soil. Plough is being used since ancient times for tilling the soil, adding fertilizer to the crop, removing the weeds, scraping of soil, etc. This implement is made of wood and is drawn by a pair of bulls or other animals. It contains a strong triangular iron strip called plowshare. The main part of the plough is a long log of wood which is called a plough shaft. There is a handle at one end of the shaft. The other end is attached to a beam which is placed on a bull's neck. One pair of bulls and a man can easily operate the plough. The wooden plough is being replaced by an iron plough nowadays. Hoe is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood or iron. A strong, broad and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its ends and works like a blade. It is pulled by animals. A cultivator is a mechanical implement which is used to breaking up the ground and uprooting weeds. Nowadays, ploughing is done by tractor-driven cultivator. The use of cultivator saves labor and time. Sowing. Sowing is the most important part of crop production. Before sowing, good quality seeds are selected. Good seeds are clean and healthy seeds which give a high yield. How do you select good seeds for sowing? The following activities will help you to select good seeds. Take some seeds in a vessel and pour some water on them. After a few minutes, some seeds started to float on top and others sink. Damaged seeds become hollow and are thus lighter, therefore they float on water. This is a good method for separating good, healthy seeds from the damaged ones. Sowing is done by using tools. The main tools are traditional tool and seed drill. Traditional tool used traditionally for sowing seeds. It is shaped like a funnel. The seeds are filled into the funnel, passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. These ends pierce into the soil and place seeds there. Next one, seed drill. Nowadays, the seed drill is used for sowing with the help of tractors. This tool sows the seeds uniformly at proper distances and depths. It ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. This prevents damage caused by birds. Sowing by using a seed drill saves time and labor. An appropriate distance between the seeds is important to avoid overcrowding of plants. This allows plants to get sufficient sunlight, nutrients and water from the soil. Sometimes, a few plants have to be removed to prevent overcrowding. Overcrowding prevent the proper growth of plants. Next topic, adding manure and fertilizers. Why do some plants grow better than others? The reason is the plants which are growing well is getting sufficient nutrients. So they are growing well. And the other one is not getting sufficient nutrients, so they are weaker than the others. Substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called manure and fertilizers. Soil supplies mineral nutrients to the crop. These nutrients are essential for the growth of plants. In certain areas, farmers grow crop after crop in the same field. The field is never left uncultivated or fallow. Imagine what happens to the nutrients. Continuous growing of crops makes the soil poorer in certain nutrients. Therefore, farmers have to add manure to the fields to replenish the soil with nutrients. This process is called manuring. Improper or insufficient manuring results in the weak plants. Manure is an organic substance obtained from the decomposition of plants or animal waste. The decomposed matter is used as an organic manure. The decomposition is caused by some microorganisms and earthworms. Manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung, human waste, and plant residues. It can be prepared in the field. Manure provides a lot of humus to the soil. It is relatively less rich in plant nutrients. Fertilizers are chemical substances which are rich in a particular nutrient. It is an inorganic salt. A fertilizer is prepared in factories. A fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil. Fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Some examples of fertilizers are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash, and NPK. NPK includes nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The use of fertilizers has helped the farmers to get better yield of crops such as wheat, paddy, maize. But excessive use of fertilizers has made the soil less fertile. Fertilizers have also become a source of water and soil pollution. Therefore, in order to maintain the fertility of the soil, we have to substitute fertilizers by organic manure or leave the field uncultivated in between two crops. Another method of replenishing the soil with nutrients is through crop rotation. This can be done by growing different crops alternatively. Earlier, farmers in North India used to grow legumes as fodder in one season and wheat in the next season. This helped in the replenishment of the soil with nitrogen. Farmers are being encouraged to adopt this practice because nitrogen is an essential nutrient for the plant's growth. But plants are not able to absorb nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. Then, how do they get nitrogen? Some nitrogen-fixing bacteria like Rhizobium and Acetobacter helps the plants to fix nitrogen in the soil. These bacteria convert insoluble atmospheric nitrogen into soluble nitrogen compounds like nitrates and nitrates and mix into the soil. So plants can absorb these nutrients from the soil along with water. These Rhizobium bacteria are present in the nodules of the roots of leguminous plants. That is why farmers used to grow legumes in one season. Examples for leguminous plants are pea, touch-me-not plant, etc. Manure improves soil texture as well as its water retaining capacity. It makes the soil porous, due to which exchange of gases becomes easy. It increases the number of friendly microbes in the soil. It is not making any pollution to the soil and the water. Summary of Part 2.